Hey guys, I'm Erik Peterson, and I'm a men's dating and relationship coach for skillofattraction.com. And today's coaching video is called Anxiety is Hurting Your Game. Now, as many of you know, these coaching videos is when one of you guys writes into me, and if I think it's a question that will be beneficial to my viewers, I will answer it in a video. And in this particular email, this viewer writes in, he was with his girlfriend, or is with his girlfriend, for about 5 months now, and his anxiety is really taking a toll on him, and he's just wondering if it's really hurting things with the relationship and what he can do to get a hold of this anxiety. So I'm going to go through his email and see if he could clean up his game a little bit and take it from there. But if you guys have any questions, please feel free to send me an email. All you have to do is head over to my website at skillofattraction.com, click on the contact tab, and shoot me a message from there. All I ask is that you keep your questions and messages to me rather short and to the point, because otherwise I'm just not going to have time to get through it. So just a couple paragraphs max, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I do have my paying clients that I need to take care of first, but if you're just a little patient, usually I get back to you within a few days. But if you need to get in touch with me right away and you want to dive a little deeper into your situation, the best way to do that is, again, head over to my website at skillofattraction.com, click on the coaching tab, and there you'll see I have several options for you to choose from. I offer emergency email coaching where I will respond to you within 24 to 48 hours, depending on which option you select. And I also provide monthly coaching where I work with you throughout the month to try to get whatever relationship issue you're having turned around and get you back on track. So with that, let's get on to this email. He says, "Hey Erik, I'm dating this girl who is the same age as me." I actually changed this up a little bit just so, I want to keep your guys' your personal info private. So I may edit what you're saying a little bit just so no one could tell who it actually is. Anyway, he says, "I have an anxious attachment style." Well, do you really, or is this just a self-diagnosis? I mean, a lot of people diagnose themselves and they diagnose their girlfriends, and they use whatever diagnosis they come up with as an excuse. I have this thing, so I can't make this change, or, she has this thing, so that explains why she's acting so cold towards me. And usually this is not the case. But if you really feel that you have an anxious attachment style, perhaps some professional therapy is in order. I don't know. Depends how bad it is, I guess. He continues here, "Throughout the relationship of the last 5 months, I've tried to keep the anxiety within myself." Good, you should. "But from time to time, I won't lie, I do leak out some of it." Well, we all do sometimes. I mean, anxiety is natural, and it has a lot to do with our survival. But you can control how you react to it. I mean, you're still going to feel it on the inside to some extent, but you can control how you project it outwards. He says, "I was talking to my girl about how it's not as intense as it was when we first started dating, and asked her if that was normal that was happening." Well, that's not really a good idea, dude. I mean, your girl is the last person you want to be sharing your insecurities with, or your insecurities about the relationship with. I mean, women tend to look at their man in their lives as the rock, and as they're typically filled with uncertainty. So as soon as she feels that you're uncertain too, her own uncertainty will just become totally magnified, and she's going to start feeling a little unsafe. She's going to start feeling a little uncomfortable, maybe pull away a little bit. A lot of times when women aren't feeling safe and comfortable, that's when the sex dies down or it stops completely. So, again, that's something you should think about. He continues, "She said, yeah, because she is in a state where she is comfortable around me and thinks of me as her best friend." Well, that sounds really sweet, but you don't want her, you really don't want her thinking of you as her best friend. I mean, to some degree, yes, but you want her to be thinking of you as her lover first, her friend second. And you know, the intensity in a relationship does die down a little bit, but it shouldn't die down to the point where she's thinking of you as her friend. You want her, like I said, to be thinking of you as her lover. He says, I think to a certain extent she has an anxious attachment style as well. Again, you're diagnosing. I do not want to lose her. I have communicated with her, but the anxiety is not going away easily, and I was wondering what I could do about it. I don't know if talking about the situation with her worsens the situation, because I have talked to her about my problems from time to time, and she has said that everything is fine. Well, you're showing her a lot of your own insecurity here, dude, and you need to stop that. I don't mean to add to your anxiety, but based on what you've shared with me so far, and obviously I don't have all the nitty-gritty details to be completely sure, but it sounds like you're a little in danger of being friend-zoned. So you need to stop sharing your insecurities with her. Without me needing to ask, she said that it's not like she has started losing feelings for me. It's kind of interesting that she would bring that out of the blue. It's not like I'm losing feelings for you. What's my next move? How do I work on this anxiety? And if I have actually done something weak, how do I redeem myself? Well, like I said, anxiety is, you know, it's natural and it's part of our survival mechanism, and you just can't get rid of it completely, but you can lessen the intensity and control how you project it outwards. And that has a lot to do with your self-talk. I mean, you need to start changing all this negative self-talk into positive self-talk. And I recommend that you look into the law of attraction. And I'm sure some of you guys that are listening to this right now think it's some new age hocus pocus BS. But let me tell you, it really does work if you practice it. And since you're already on YouTube, who I recommend you do a search for on YouTube is Abraham Hicks, Hicks. And she is my favorite teacher of the law of attraction, and she's very well known, and she has a ton of videos on YouTube. And they're not like anything you have to watch, so you can just pop in your headphones and go do other things and just listen to her. But she is, I have found, she is really the best person to teach you the law of attraction. And it's not easy. It sounds easy, but it's really not. And basically what the law of attraction states is that you get what you focus on. But the catch is, if you focus on negative things, you get that too. So if you're always focused on, you know, being insecure about the relationship, you're afraid you're going to lose her, you're afraid things aren't going to work out, you're afraid that she's losing feelings, or maybe that she likes another guy, that's exactly what's going to end up happening, because you kind of start moving in that direction. But on the other hand, if you have thoughts like, you know, of course she loves me, of course the relationship's going to work out, I'm a great guy, why wouldn't she love me? You know, things of that nature, your confidence, and I mean, you're going to start moving in that direction, and you're going to get more of that. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to end up with that person, but it does mean that you're going to get all the love and attraction and in abundance. And you're going to notice how much different your life is when you start practicing this on a regular basis. But it's tough. You have to change your thought process, and that's very difficult, especially if you've been having this negative self-talk for all your life, and all of a sudden you have to start changing your thought process. It's not easy. But I highly recommend looking into her. And as far as your girl goes, you need to stop being so concerned about where you stand with her. This is going to turn her off if it hasn't already. And this is another reason why I tell you guys you need to be more focused on you and your growth rather than what she's thinking, where the relationship's going, and where you stand with her. And it goes back to the law of attraction. When you're focused on your own growth and accomplishing your goals and focusing on your passions and your own happiness, you're going to be much happier and much more confident. But again, when you're focusing on, where do I stand with her? I don't know what she's thinking. Where's this relationship going? You're going to be putting out these negative vibes. And as I've told you guys many times in my videos, women are much more intuitive than us guys. So they pick up on this stuff. They sense it. And that causes her to start pulling away. It's not a conscious thought. She feels this negative energy coming from you and she starts pulling away. So, and unless you're discussing a serious situation with your girl, I mean, your default setting with her should always be, having fun, being playful with her, being charming, and most importantly, being confident about yourself and how she feels about you. Now, I know this isn't easy all the time. And of course, negative thoughts are going to creep in here and there, but you just have to train your thought process to think more positively. And like I said, you need to change that negative self-talk into something more positive. Now, if you're not always thinking negatively about the relationship and yourself, if you're always thinking about the relationship negatively and yourself, it's not only going to cause you more anxiety, but all that is going to come out in the way you talk, the way you move, and even in the decisions you make. It's really going to come out in every aspect of your life, and it's going to come out in subtle things like you may not even realize that you're doing it. So that's how important your self-talk is. So you need to start working on your thoughts and your self-talk, most importantly. Check out the law of attraction like I suggested, as that's really going to help you and guide you through all this. And get back to having fun with her, being playful, flirting with your girl, and stop being so concerned about where you stand with her. That's really the essence of what you need to focus on here. So if you guys have found this video helpful, or any of my videos helpful, I would really appreciate a thumbs up and for you to share it with your friends and family. And I'd also really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button down below and tick that little bell symbol that's right next to it so you get real-time notifications of when I upload new videos. And in the description down below, not only will I have a link to both my contact page and my coaching page, but I also have a link to PayPal if you deem this video worthy of a donation. So that's it for this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.